Disney Pixar films, I'll never be too old for them because there's a message for every
Oh,
single
me
age group.
either.
Yeah. What's up, guys? My name is Ed, and this is Marissa. This is Distant Critics. Today, we're going to be talking about our top 5 Disney Pixar films. Now, to make it a little bit more difficult, we're going to do it in a draft form, meaning if Marissa picks a film, I can't say the same film, and vice versa. So, at the end of our list, we're going to see who has the better list of Disney Pixar films. Now, before we get into it, we gotta let you guys know that this is our personal opinions. Don't get mad at us, but just join us in the comments and let us know what you guys think. Without further ado, Marissa, I'm gonna let you start. Your favorite Disney Pixar film. Going with number 1. Let's go.
All right. All-time favorite. It's a love story. Opposites attract. I'm gonna have to choose Elemental.
Ooh, Elemental. See, that's a
I
new
know
one.
it's newer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's newer, but 2023. But that movie just makes sense for personal, personal life, I guess
Mm-hmm.
you could say, for me at least, because me and my husband are opposites and opposites attract. We're similar, but we're opposite at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and opposites attract. And I just love the love story between Ember and Wade, and how Ember was just afraid to let go and to give it a chance and to love, and in real life that's stuff that we have fears of.
Mm-hmm.
We're nervous to let go and love and stuff. And just seeing that dynamic just kind of go through. And Claude is one of my favorite characters also. So overall, Elemental is going to be my top Disney Pixar movie.
Okay, not bad. I like that. I'm gonna go in a different direction. You know me, I love classics, and my favorite Disney Pixar film of all time. There's probably more movies that have deeper philosophies and meanings, but I'm going with Toy Story. Toy Story is my
Toy
favorite.
Story.
Toy Story is my favorite. I can't pick uh anyone else besides Woody and Buzz. I mean that's my childhood, and I think that was the first Disney Pixar film collaboration. So yeah, it's me. I love it.
Okay, so if you had to pick out of all the Toy Story movies, which Toy Story is your favorite?
I love them all for different reasons. I would have to say part 2 though. That's where we start.
Really?
Yes, that's when. See, there's the part in part 2 where Woody has the arm ripped and they're stitching him up and they're polishing his boots, cleaning him all up. I thought that was the coolest scene of all time as a kid. And then we're introducing new characters: Bullseye, Jesse, Prospector, the whole chase to the airport. Like, there's just so much going on, so much more adventure than the first film. The third one, I really liked. You got the whole about to burn scene, which
Mm-hmm.
as what was I, like 20, 23 at the time, I think. I was bawling in the movie theater. And I was bawling, crying. And then we got the fourth one. I don't know. Yeah, it's there. But yeah,
Oh, it's just there.
it's just there. But yeah, Toy
You
Story.
didn't say anything about the first one.
No, it's a classic. It's the one that started it all. It's just my love for it. It encapsulates the entire franchise.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my number
Well,
one
I
pick.
think that's a good pick. I
Yep.
think that's a really good pick.
Your second, please.
Okay, so my second one is another love story, but instead of between an intimate couple, it's going to be between friendships. And I'm going to have to choose Luca.
Ooh, that's a good one too. I love Luca.
I do too, and I just think that, in real life, I think of like our friendship and stuff too in real life, and how we've grown. We've known each other for what, like 10 years now,
Mm-hmm.
11 years now. I just think watching how that relationship grew into a beautiful friendship between Alberto and Luca.
Mm-hmm.
And even like the jealousy, because yeah, especially when you add a third person into another, click, into your two-person click, it's a little nerve-wracking and it's scary and you kind of lose yourself. But this movie's about finding yourself, what you want to be, accepting who you are, just the way you are. I just think that it has so many messages, and it's a very loving movie in general.
Yeah, I love Luca as well. I think the animation style is beautiful too. The water so crystal clear in the atmosphere, and it was Italy, I believe. I love that movie too. I almost had that one on my list. It just fell off
Oh,
because I had to leave room for this one right here, and I'm going with Finding Nemo.
okay, what a classic. I like Finding Nemo. It's
You know what I'm saying? Finding Nemo. It's so many stories. It's a father son dynamic going on. You have when things are tough in life, you just got to keep swimming. There's so many stories in that one where you can just take it away, and almost 20 years later now, I believe, like it still holds up. The animation still holds up. The story. Anyone you go to a animal store, get a goldfish, they're gonna call it Nemo, and it's not even a goldfish, it's a clownfish. It's that good.
That's true. That is true. Every time you go to like an aquarium and stuff, and you see all the clownfish, they look like all little Nemos, and that's what everybody always says: Nemo, Nemo,
Yeah.
Dory.
Yep. And my favorite thing about this film is it's not just for the kids, because there is a story for the kids, but there's also a story for the parents where, sometimes it's okay to let your kids go, because at the end of the day, they have to grow into themselves, and you have to give them that leash to find who they are. And there's trust elements, there's friendship with Dory and Marlin, and I love that film. It's a classic.
I think families come in different sizes too, and look differently. And you don't. I think of you as one of my families, like part of my family. So I know. So I just think that story of how they showcase Dory coming into their little family is very powerful, also.
Yeah, I love it.
But with that being said, powerfulness, love, friendship, everything. My third one is a short film, a Disney Pixar short film.
Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Did not see that coming. I threw a curveball at you.
Mm-hmm.
No, if I had to choose, my short film would be Lava.
Tell me about this. Is this one with the bird in the lava, right?
No, this is a volcano
Okay.
who is lonely, looking for a mate, and he sings to the water, looking for a mate.
Okay, I like that one.
You remember it now?
I do. It's beautiful.
It's just about. It is very beautiful. It's a short film, like I said, and it's just about taking your time and finding that one special person for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just going through the motions, going slow, going through the ocean, taking your time. And granted, he's singing, and that kind of like helps bring her back, and they become together. He finds a mate and stuff. But I just think that whole little story is just the cutest ever, and it's a good pick.
Yeah, I'll say Disney Pixar, they do incredible short films. This is one of them as well. I like the one with the old lady with the dough and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh, Bao?
Yes.
Bao?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them. You threw a curveball to me a little bit, but I do like that. That's a good pick. For me, I'm going to go one of my personal favorites as a kid. I love them. Family, The Incredibles.
Oh, The Incredibles! I didn't even think about them for some reason.
I love The Incredibles. There's so much action. I'm a superhero guy, so when Disney Pixar said that they were doing Incredibles, I was like, heck yeah, sign me on. And for forever, I was waiting for a part 2. They finally came out with it. It wasn't as good. It was all right. But the first one,
yeah,
I think that's a classic. I think we all hold that to a high standard.
I like that one. I think that was a really good one. I think if I were to choose for my fourth one,
Mm-hmm.
should be a little bit higher than The Incredibles, but it is about family and stuff. I would choose A Bug's Life.
Ooh, classic. I love classics, and that's
Classic.
another one.
Believing in yourself. Yep, believing in yourself. Believing in your ability to make a difference. I think tuning all that in, they tuned that in the movie so greatly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be my number four. I just really love that movie. That's all I can really say.
I like it too. I love the adventure parts as well. The circus, all those guys come together. The cricket, were they crickets?
They were crickets. No, they were grasshoppers.
Grasshopper. They used to stare the crap out of me as a kid.
Yep, and then now you see them, and they're
Now
still
it's like-
really big and stuff.
Yeah, the animation for back then, it's not bad. They've kind of touched it up a little bit nowadays, but it's a good one. I love A Bug's Life. That was one that I watched all the time.
Yep.
For my fourth film, I love it. It was so good. They made 3 of them. Cars.
Oh no. Cars. That is a good one.
Yes. Lightning McQueen, Ka-Chow, Radiator Springs. I love every single aspect. I love how the cars have so much personality in them too.
They do.
And just, you know, it's not about all about yourself sometimes. Sometimes you gotta embrace what's around you to really figure out who you really are. And I think when Lightning McQueen learns that lesson, he gets a deeper understanding of like who he wants to be. And I just love the film, love the soundtrack. It's cool. It's Cars.
It's Cars.
You see how catchy that was?
I think you're absolutely right. And I think a lot of these Disney Pixar movies, if you haven't noticed, are a lot about like friendship and love and building the bond and having the dynamic and being who you are and accepting who you are and finding yourself. So I think Cars portrays that beautifully.
I love them. I Disney Pixar films, I'll never be too old for them because there's a message for every single age group. Yeah. Okay, so you have one more film left. What's gonna be your 5th film to round out your list?
All right, so my 5th film, this one's diving deep into your fears and hitting it head on. I'm gonna have to choose Monsters Inc.
Oh, okay. Honestly, there was 2 names I was trying to do for my 5th one, and Monsters Inc. was one of them. So you kind of helped me out a little bit. Dang, that's such a good one. I love that movie.
It is. And not only that, like I said, it's about confronting your fears. And you have this dynamic again between Mike and Sully and how their friendship is building. And then even in Monster University, like how it started off not so perfect. I love how they did that. Usually I'm always the classic for the first movie, but the second movie showed like in real life, like how you may not get along with someone at first, and then all of a sudden you actually find out that you guys are more similar than you believe, and you guys become best friends.
Look,
and then unfortunately, like Randall, it kind of falls off the wagon a little bit, you know. So.
Yeah. In part 2, I do like how we get to see how he became the Randall that we don't like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Monsters Inc. What an incredible film. I love it so much. All the characters, Sully, Mike Wazowski, Boo. It's a beautiful film, and I love. Yeah, I mean, I'll let you even have both of them, Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, together. Like just the back and forths, like hints of, I don't know, foreshadow that would happen later on with what's the Agent Zero? I forgot her name. That I'm always watching. Yeah, like you see her in the first film. I mean, in the second film, all that stuff. I think it's cool. I really was gonna put that on my list. So, my 5th film to round out my list. Speaking of fears, there's also joy. There's sadness.
Oh my goodness.
There's disgust. I'm going with Inside Out. I love that film.
Which we've done a review about.
Yes, guys, go check out our Inside Out 2 review. You'll love it. Maybe you'll I don't know, leave what you guys think about that film in the comments here and there. Help us out a little bit, algorithm, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, Inside Out. I love that film. You get into your feelings. There's such a deep message behind it, and getting connected to it's okay to be sad sometimes. You know, life is hard. We all go through things and we're all struggling to keep going. But it's okay to feel that, because when you do feel that, you know, there's a beautiful thing to it, and at the other end, it's who you are. So just embrace who you are.
Embrace who you are and feel those emotions.
Feel them.
That's one of the biggest things, is feel the emotions. I think that's a good pick. I'm shocked that it's number 5 for you, but I think that's a good pick.
I would have had it higher, to be honest. I was just trying to see how far I can squeeze it out before you possibly had picked that one. So I'm glad that didn't slip to your list. But let's check out our list right now. Here's your top 5 list. So you have Elementals, Luca, Lava, A Bug's Life, and Monsters Inc. I have Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Cars, and Inside Out. I'm not gonna lie, I have some pretty powerful hitters, and I feel like my list is pretty damn good. And I feel like the audience will say the same thing, but what do you think?
You know, honestly, we've done a couple of these draft videos already now, and I'm usually like, my list is gonna win. But I think both of ours have some strong hitters in there.
I agree.
So I think it's gonna be neck and neck.
You know, that's a good point. And with this, I feel like your list is really much towards like, this is yours, and like how you feel about those movies. And I love that. It's your personal list. Mine is, I just love classics, and I think all of them connect to me in a different way. But we want to know what you guys have to say about which list is better, who has the better top 5 Disney Pixar films list. Let us know in the comments down below.
If you have any suggestions on any topics that you would like us to do a draft for, please leave it down in the comments below so we can turn your idea into reality.
And thank you guys so much for joining us today on Distant Critics.